What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new Bang Shift Garage episode. Today I've got a bit of an issue with this X5. It's got a coolant leak from hell. It took me like hours to find it until I made a cooling system pressure tester. Check out my video on that. I basically made it for free. Saved a couple $100 there. So what we've got is a crack that goes from the coolant passages in the cylinder head basically to the outside of the cylinder head. You can kind of see in the light where that bolt, where I've done some grinding there, is where it is. I'll spray some Windex on it. And you can see it bubbling out right there. So it's a hairline crack that's in the cylinder head. So I've got a little more grinding to do, and I'm going to kind of grind it until we get to the ends of the crack. And then we're going to try to fill it, because what do I have to lose? If it doesn't work, I put a cylinder head on the car. If I don't try it, I put a cylinder head on the car. So I've picked out this QuikSteel repair. It was this or JB Weld. The JB Weld took like 24 hours to cure, whereas this takes like an hour. It says it's good for almost 6,000 psi, 500 degrees. A cooling system runs at like 14 psi and 200 degrees. So I'm hoping it'll work. But the crack, I keep grinding, and the crack seems to be getting bigger than I thought. So I'm not sure. We're just going to see how that goes. You can see how much is coming out. I've got about 8 psi of air going into the cooling system. So I'm just going to clean that off and keep grinding with the handy Dremel. Alright, so you can kind of see a mark with a Sharpie, just kind of the length of the line. You can see it bubbling out in the Windex. So what I'm going to do now is leave the Windex on there and take a little cutoff wheel on the Dremel and just kind of Dremel just cut straight into the crack to really give the putty something to fill. Alright, I've got a pretty nice groove cut in where I think the crack is. Time to whip out the epoxy, and this is the part where we really pray to God that it works. Alright, so this is it. It's QuikSteel metal repair, 6,000 psi, 500 degrees. 5-minute set time, cure in 1 hour. Sets up underwater too, that's pretty cool. Okay. So I guess that is it. It's kind of like Play-Doh. Okay, and then it can be sanded, filed, drilled, tapped, machined 1 hour after application. That's pretty cool. All right, I've got high hopes for this stuff. I'll come over here and see what we can do. Hey, buddy. Okay. That's definitely a lot more than I need. Okay. Well, it's on there. Now I need to get it out of that hole, because I filled that hole. Alright, that was kind of scary. Really had to work fast. But I got it in there. Got it all cleared of the hole so that bolt can come out if it needs to. Definitely probably use more than I need to, but whatever. There's still room for everything to do what it needs. So now we wait an hour, and then I'll hook the pressure back up, and we'll pray to God that it doesn't leak. I think it's actually holding. I'm shocked right now. I mean, there's really no bubbles forming. I thought I might have seen one on the left side right there where there's kind of a crevice, but I think we may have done it. Right now I have about 8 pounds of just air pressure. I basically drained the coolant out of the motor, and I'm just putting air pressure in it. So I've only got about 8 pounds going in there. I could crank it up to about 15, see what it does, or I could just go ahead and, I think I'm just going to go ahead and fill it up with coolant and dry it all off and see if we get any coolant leakage out of there. Alright, so I finally got the car back together, filled up with coolant. Now I'm letting it do its bleed procedure. You can probably hear it. It's actually really cool. So all these cars have electric water pumps, which normally is shitty, but they can actually bleed themselves. You basically turn the ignition on and you do a little procedure, and it'll start self-bleeding, and it'll just run the electric pump for about 10 minutes, and then the whole car is bled. So let it do that. We'll start it up, see how it goes. Alright guys, got it running, sitting outside, and there's some drippage. I really hope it's not coming from that crack. We're about to find out. Is not coming from my repair. Which is awesome, because I would have cried. Otherwise, I'd be putting a cylinder head on this car. Well, I'm calling it a, it's kind of like, you plug one hole and another one opens up. But that's fine. I'm just happy that the cylinder head is holding. So I guess that does answer the question that JB Weld, QuikSteel, whatever you use, I don't know how, but it has sealed the crack. I'm pretty amazed by that. So thanks for watching. See you next time.